If you've been learning English for a while, you've probably reached a point where things feel stuck. You're not a beginner anymore. You understand most things. You can have a conversation. You know the grammar rules, the common words, the basic structures. You're no longer starting from zero, and yet, something isn't working. You're not moving forward. You feel like you're running in place. This is one of the most frustrating points in the English learning journey. You're not lost, but you're not free. You can understand movies better than before, but you still can't speak fluently without hesitation. You know how to write a message, but your words still sound unnatural. You've studied hard, but the results feel incomplete. So what's going on? The truth is, there's nothing wrong with your brain. There's nothing wrong with your English. But there might be a few things in your learning method, or your mindset, that are quietly holding you back. And if you don't change them, you'll stay stuck at this level. For months. Even years. Before we get into it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Every day, there's a new video waiting for you here. Not just for studying English, but for actually speaking it, living it, feeling it. That's our goal. Every single day. Now let's talk about what's really keeping learners stuck in the middle zone. One of the biggest reasons is this. You stop learning the way you did in the beginning. When you were just starting, everything was new. Every word was exciting. Every small success felt big. You were focused, motivated, curious. You were ready to make mistakes, ready to try anything. But once you reached an intermediate level, something shifted. You became more cautious, more careful. You started worrying about being correct all the time. You began comparing yourself to other people. You noticed your mistakes more. You felt frustrated when things didn't improve quickly. And slowly, your learning became passive. You understood more, so you did less. You told yourself that watching a video counts as practice. You listened, but you didn't speak. You read, but you didn't express. You reviewed words, but you didn't challenge yourself to use them. That's the trap. At the intermediate level, it's easy to stop pushing. It's easy to stay comfortable. But comfort doesn't lead to growth. Another mistake that keeps learners stuck is trying to be perfect before being fluent. Many intermediate learners get obsessed with speaking correctly. They focus on grammar more than communication. They hesitate before every sentence. They try to find the right word instead of saying what they can. This kind of thinking creates fear. Fear of being wrong. Fear of sounding silly. Fear of making mistakes. And when you have fear, you don't speak freely. You don't take risks. You don't grow. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about flow. It's about being able to say what you mean, even if it's not perfect. Perfection comes with time, after you've spoken thousands of sentences, after you've made hundreds of small mistakes, after you've practiced again and again without giving up. So the real mistake is not being wrong. The real mistake is not allowing yourself to be wrong. Another quiet mistake that holds people back is staying too much in their comfort zone. You keep watching videos that are easy to understand. You keep using the same phrases. You keep practicing with the same method that worked before, even though it's not helping you now. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in challenge. If your English practice always feels easy, you're not growing. You're just repeating. And repeating what you already know doesn't lead to fluency. It leads to a pause, a plateau, a long flat space where nothing changes. So you have to stretch. You have to step into English that feels slightly difficult. Not impossible, just a little bit harder than what you're used to. That's where real improvement happens. In that uncomfortable, messy, unclear zone where you don't understand everything, but you understand just enough to keep going. There's also the mindset problem, the one that whispers, "I'm just not good at languages." This belief can destroy your progress silently. If you tell yourself that you're slow or bad or too old or not smart enough, your brain will believe it. And when your brain believes it, your body won't try. Your focus will shrink. Your confidence will disappear. But here's the truth, everyone learns differently. Some people need more time. Some people need more repetition. Some people need more silence before they speak. That's normal. That's human. And none of it means you're bad at English. The key is consistency. Not speed. Not perfection. Not talent. Just daily practice. With patience, with belief, and with a method that actually works. Now let's talk about another mistake. Too much passive input, not enough active use. A lot of intermediate learners spend most of their time watching, listening, reading. These things are useful, but they're not enough. You need to move from input to output. You need to open your mouth. You need to speak. You need to try to build your own sentences, not just understand other people's sentences. Passive learning is safe. Active use is where growth happens. And here's something even more important. When you don't use your English actively, your brain forgets quickly. You might understand something today, but if you never use it, your brain will decide it's not important. It'll throw it away. So use it. Speak it. Write it. Say it out loud. Even if it's not perfect. Especially if it's not perfect. Another mistake that holds people back is practicing for the wrong reason. If you're only learning English to pass a test, to look smart, or to get a certificate, your motivation will fade. You won't enjoy the process. You'll see English as a job, not as a tool for connection, for expression, for life. But when you learn because you want to connect with people, because you love the sound of the language, because it helps you grow as a person, then the process becomes lighter, more natural, more powerful. Language is about people, not exams. It's about saying what you feel, asking questions, sharing ideas, understanding the world. When you reconnect with this idea, the human purpose behind the language, your motivation changes. You stop chasing rules, and you start chasing communication. And that changes everything. Let's also talk about repetition. Many learners avoid repetition because it feels boring. But repetition is the heart of fluency. If you learn something once, it's not enough. If you hear a word twice, it won't stay. Fluency comes from hearing the same structure many times and using it many times until it becomes automatic. So if you're always trying to learn new words, new phrases, new lessons, but you never review them, you're building on a weak foundation. Your brain doesn't have time to make strong connections. It remembers for a day, then forgets. That's why simple repetition, every day, can bring huge results over time. Even 5 minutes of daily review will take you further than an hour of random study once a week. One final mistake that keeps people stuck: comparing yourself to others. This one hurts. You watch someone speak fluently and you feel small. You hear someone's perfect accent and you feel behind. You see someone learning faster and you feel slow. But no one has your life. No one has your mind. No one has your time, your story, your experience. Comparison will only steal your confidence. It adds nothing to your progress. So stop looking sideways. Look forward. Your only competition is your past self. Your only goal is to be a little stronger than you were yesterday. That's enough. Now let's pull this together. If you feel stuck, it's not the end of the road. It's just a signal. A message from your brain telling you, it's time to shift. Not to quit. Not to complain. Just to adjust. You don't need to be more talented. You don't need a new app. You don't need a perfect teacher. You need to change the way you practice. Start using more. Start speaking more. Start listening with full attention. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop avoiding mistakes. And most importantly, believe that you can move forward. Because you can. Every single fluent speaker you've ever heard, they were once stuck too. They made all these mistakes. They got frustrated. They felt small. But they kept going. And so can you. If you're serious about growing, drop a comment right now and tell us, which mistake do you recognize in yourself? And what are you going to do to break through? And if this helped you, share it. With a friend. With someone who's stuck just like you. Help them find their way forward too. We post new lessons here every single day. Lessons that actually help. Lessons that push you forward. So hit that like button. Turn on the bell. Subscribe, because this journey is just getting started. You're not stuck. You're ready. And now you know how to keep going.